You mad, bro? Did your team not make it to the Super Bowl? We're going to talk about the games. We have to talk about the Super Bowl, Richard Sherman, plus our Beasts and Busters on That's What She Said Sports. Omaha, everybody. Yes, that's our new call. Omaha.
Omaha.
Welcome to That's What She Said Sports. This is your sports chick, Nicole, Monique, and I'm with my co-dude, BG.
Yeah.
Oh, you let it hang for a minute. Kind of threw me off.
Yeah, man.
So we want to say, wish everybody a happy MLK Day.
Happy MLK Day.
We have to do that. First of all, we want to welcome all of our sports chicks and dudes who are watching us on our YouTube channel. And of course, all those who are listening to us on Podbean and iTunes. And all those who are listening to us on I-95 Sports Entertainment Network on the East Coast.
Indeed.
Yes, because they're getting a little ATL flavor with all of us here. That's What She Said Sports.
Right.
So, lots to talk about today.
Lots and lots and
Before
lots.
we get to it, though,
okay.
I want to address the ensemble.
Yes, indeed.
Apparently, folks, for all those who cannot see us, he's going to be rocking the Florida State gear for like the summer. I mean, how are we gonna do this rest of the year?
Always and forever.
So I mean, you just walked in here with like a new shirt, the hat, the whole thing.
Oh yeah, man, it's going down, man.
Okay,
this is major right here.
Okay,
this is a year-long thing.
I mean, it looks good. I'm just wondering, how long can you go?
I mean, it's all year, man. I can do it all year.
All right.
I can do it all year.
Okay.
As long as y'all can stand it, I can keep it coming.
And that's the key word, as long as we can stand it. I'm just saying.
Okay, all right.
I mean, if I would have came in the full orange gear,
I was kind of going to go somewhere with that, but you're not SEC, so it can't be SEC hate. So I mean, what is it? No,
actually, it's not hate. I mean, I picked Florida State. I'm just just surprised that you can keep coming up with like the shirts, the sweatshirts.
Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to ask the wife. Like, do you have pajamas?
Oh yeah, I do.
Oh, you do have pajamas.
Yes,
of course you do.
Slippers too.
Okay.
Yeah,
of course you do.
I'm not new to this.
Yeah. Okay.
At all. I'm true to this.
Speaking of the wife,
yes,
we're not going to embarrass her by putting her on camera or putting her on the mic.
Okay.
But we do want to acknowledge that she is here in the studio for the first time.
Yes.
So, hello, BG's wife.
Yes, Honey B is in the cut. Watching us put it down.
Yes.
Watching us do what we do. Making it look easy.
So remember, folks, be sure to reach out to us via Facebook and Twitter. And on Twitter, use the hashtag #SheSaidSports. Again, hashtag #SheSaidSports. Lots to talk about. I don't even know where to start. When we were talking about as far as putting the show together.
I'm ready. I got my shovel. I'm ready to dig in.
It's a lot of stuff, but it's good stuff.
Yes.
It's good stuff.
It's the goods.
So, as we all know, we had the AFC and the NFC championship games.
Yes, ma'am.
Want to talk about the AFC first.
Okay.
Before we dive into the NFC championship game. So first, with that, the AFC, we want to congratulate the Denver Broncos for beating the New England Patriots 26-16.
Right.
What's interesting about this game is 2 years after Eli won a Super Bowl on Peyton's home turf, which is Indianapolis.
Right.
Now Peyton is going to return the favor, go to New Jersey, and try to win a Super Bowl.
Right.
And what I loved about this game, and it's actually somebody on Twitter had sent this to me, and I wanted to just kind of get your reaction.
Okay.
It said, it's funny when Brady loses, it's the team, but when Manning loses, it's him. Because all week leading up to the game, it was this whole thing of, if Manning loses this game, it was like, it was all on him.
Right.
But yet, Brady lost, and it was a team loss.
Yeah.
Everybody played a part. When clearly, Tom Brady played a part. I mean, bottom line is the Patriots got outplayed and outcoached.
Now, if I was Tom Brady and I heard that, I would feel some kind of way.
Well, you need to.
I really would.
You need to.
But
you'd feel some kind of way at home. I'm just saying.
On the couch.
Yeah.
Watching.
Wow. So.
Yeah. That's crazy, man.
So.
I was looking for it to be a very good game.
Yeah.
I was actually looking for New England to press Denver. I mean, to the point that they had to do something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was like New England never showed up.
Well, what was interesting is I had said before the game, the key, excuse me, for the Broncos winning is they're going to have to stop Blunt.
Right.
And they did that.
Right.
I mean, and not only that, they also stopped those no-name receivers on the Patriots that we have no idea who they are, who came out of nowhere.
Right.
I mean, the bottom line is the Broncos' defense worked, and their offense was just obviously amazing.
And I'll tell you
Manning didn't get touched once during that game.
You know what? I tell you what. The Broncos defense, I mean, my hat's off to them.
Yeah.
Because if somebody would have told me that they'd have had Tom Brady that frustrated, I'd have told them they were lying.
Because nobody really talked about him.
Right.
They kind of came and went throughout the season.
Right. And so here's the thing, too. When the Patriots, when they have the offense rolling, when they're passing, all those little underneath routes, the little short little outs or whatever, I mean, they would kill people. They would dink and dunk you to death and then, be able to hit you with the long ball.
Right.
It never happened for them.
No.
It never happened for
No.
them. And primarily, I think it's because they had no running game. But they never got a chance to really get into a rhythm.
What do you think about the fact that Manning didn't get touched? I mean, at one point, he was so deep into the pocket, just kind of standing there.
Right.
I think he actually made a Papa John's commercial.
He did. Then
came back and made a DirecTV commercial. And then finally threw the ball.
I saw that. I didn't know what he was eating back there, but I mean, hey, Papa John's, hey, go with it. Just go with it. But yeah, I mean, it was crazy, man. But the thing that I noticed as well about Peyton was that, I mean, he was quick.
Yeah.
I mean, when the ball got out of his hand, it was like there was, it was a missile. No doubt.
Yeah, it was a missile.
You're going to have to catch it to protect yourself. It got out so quick.
Yeah.
But you know what, man? Demaryius Thomas, I love him. ACC kid out of Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Man, that one ball he missed when a kid, Talib, got wiped out.
Yeah.
I felt sorry for him.
I know.
I mean, that was one of those balls like, dude, I mean, you jumping up. I mean, you rolling over cars and catching balls. And then the one where you're wide open on national TV and they got you all framed beautifully, you drop it.
Yeah, but he made up for it.
He did.
And actually, during the game, Manning hit 8 receivers throughout that game.
He did.
I mean, Manning was just slinging it.
He hit the Tater Chip Man, too.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, he was up in roll 300. Yeah, Section C.
Well, you just touched on something, talking about Aqib Talib, as far as getting hit.
Right.
Obviously, that was a big brouhaha today.
Right.
Bill Belichick, it came out, who said, and what's interesting is he never said Wes Welker.
Right.
He called him the receiver.
The receiver, yeah.
So obviously, this is coming from somewhere.
Right.
He said the hit on Aqib Talib was a deliberate play to take out Aqib, and he said, I'll let the league handle the discipline, and it was one of the worst plays I've ever seen. Really?
For real.
One of the worst plays you've ever seen.
But you know what,
Come on.
But here is what's really sad, is nobody's surprised that it came from Belichick. Nobody.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like, come on, dude. What are you, a jilted lover?
But here's the thing, and it's funny that you said that, because for me, I was thinking, is he saying it was a dirty play, or basically it was just an issue because it was Wes Welker? Like, what if it was somebody else outside of Wes Welker?
I think you had the combo there.
Okay.
That was a combo. You know what I mean? But my thing is this. Why be mad at Welker? You know what I mean? On his way out, he just, let you know exactly how he felt about your organization.
Well, and also, it wasn't just on his way out. He was pretty much pushed out.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But I mean, it's the business.
Right.
I mean, why can't we just be grown men? I mean, at the end of the day, settle it like grown men.
Yeah.
Call him out, tell him to meet you in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And y'all just do your thing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why try and demonize this man after he's won? He's going to a team that won.
Right.
And they beat your squad in doing so.
So basically, Manning took Brady's best friend and broke his record.
He did.
Okay.
And Brady ended up with a broken heart.
Oh.
Yeah.
But he's still cute. He's still pretty.
I don't know about all that.
I'm just saying. If you
got
got to have a consolation prize.
Yeah, but that's where I draw the line. That's where I draw.
But then that's why I'm here.
But speaking of pretty though, and I'm glad you brought that up. What is all that he got going on? Dude got a knee brace up to his hip. What is that all about? I mean, for real?
Was it like an RG3
Are
knee
you
brace?
serious? No. This is like Ironside knee brace. Like Forrest Gump. Like, I need this to stand up. Like, dude, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
And then he got that little 30-20 thing, had me like 30% bow-legged in one leg, 20% paratoed in the other. It's like
30-20?
Yeah.
Okay. Woo.
I'm sorry.
All right, well, let's go into the NFC Championship. This is where we obviously want to congratulate the Seattle Seahawks for beating the 49ers 23-17. But we also need to congratulate Fox Sports. The ratings for this game went up 18%.
Nice.
Crazy.
Nice.
55 million people watched the NFC Championship.
That's what's up, man.
So
that's what's up.
Basically, Richard Sherman had one of the largest audiences ever
to do his thing.
But the game was obviously heated.
Right.
I mean, it started out heated. I mean, the interesting thing about watching, this kind of new rivalry that's going on between the Seahawks and 49ers, it's like two boxers coming together.
It's interesting you said that. So you would consider it a rivalry as well, huh?
I would.
Okay.
And I mean, and it's new, it's relatively new. I mean, it's going to be interesting to watch it years down the road, because especially when you have the matchup of like Kaepernick and Wilson,
right?
The coaches, they're kind of cool, but not really. You know, it's that kind of thing.
Right.
So I think this is and then basically what we've seen between Crabtree and Sherman.
Right.
But to me, it just felt like two old school boxers were like, let's do this. And I'll be honest with you. Yes, the Seahawks won. Okay. Congratulations.
Yes.
But the 49ers own that game.
Right. It's, you know, it's crazy is how bitter they've gotten, these teams, you know, towards one another in such a short period of time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, what's that all about, man? But is that the Harbaugh effect?
Yeah, but you know what? And I mean, it does come from the top, but then it's almost it's fitting because it's kind of like an old school football. There was teams that truly hated each other. Right. You know what I mean? It's like the Jets hate the Cowboys. Right. You know, the Steelers hate the Cowboys. I know you're seeing kind of a theme. Yeah, right. But there was so many schools, so many teams back in the day who just hated the Cowboys. Right. But those are the kind of rivalries that we liked. You know? And hopefully this one, you know, gets to be just as, can you say good or just as bad? Which is it? Is it bad? Well, I mean, it's going to get worse.
Or bitter.
I mean, you figure you have these young quarterbacks. They're going to be in the league for a long time.
For a while.
Crabtree and Sherman are going to be in the league for a while. Right. So, and contrary to popular belief, I think the coaches even kind of like it too. It kind of adds to the game. Right. So, I don't know. Kaepernick had 11 carries for 130 rushing yards. Crazy. I mean, in the beginning, it's like he could do no wrong.
Crazy. You know, here's the thing. Okay. Kaepernick is what, about 6'15"? He's pretty tall. Okay. But man, he takes off, and I mean, it's like it's an effort to get all that to moving in one direction. Yeah. But then the next thing you know, this dude is to the third level. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, hold on, wait a minute. Now who left the zoo gate open? Yeah. You know, here he comes like a giraffe. It's like,
well, it's like you're playing a Madden game, man, and you're actually, you know, making him run. I mean, it's crazy.
And when he was when he had open field, he had a lot of it. Yeah. He took advantage of a lot of it.
I'm just glad he's learning to slide. Right. There was a time where I think everybody I think everybody's learning from RG3. Slide. You can't take those hits.
Slide.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a song.
I know.
Why don't you?
I just didn't know how many slides you were gonna get in.
Yeah, I was going to get the regulatory slides in. Okay. So people out there who are a little bit more seasoned would know the song. You see that? Yeah. Producer said, he feeling me.
I mean, he's 70, near 64. So I'm just saying, you guys date yourself with every show.
But I tell you all the time, I look good for 64.
You do. You really do.
To tell you. And really wait till I get this discount double check off of me. What?
Yeah. And I applaud your wife for being with a senior citizen. I really do.
Great benefits, man. You know, no waiting for restaurants and stuff. I tell you, it's
first
working.
in at IHOP.
Yeah, it's working out for me. Yeah, okay. You know what I mean. Golden Corral actually called me to tell me when to come in, so you know it's working out for me.
So Kaepernick, you know, you're talking about him as far as
destroyed
what he did.
Them.
But with all the good things that he did, he also had a couple interceptions. Right. It was just kind of a few mental mistakes. And I think that's where Russell Wilson, a.k.a. El DeBarge, and we'll talk about that in a minute, steps up to the plate. Right. It's that mental piece of it.
Right. And you know, and here's the thing, too. That game was ugly all the way around on both sides of the ball.
Oh, yeah.
It was a very ugly. But the thing that I could appreciate about that game is the defense spoke volumes on either side. Yeah, you had some loose coverages. Yeah, you had some blown coverages. Right. But at the end of the day, that was a defensive battle. Because there were times where I was thinking, good grief, is Russell going to get it done? Yeah. Is he going to be able to make a play?
Well, they were coming after him like never before.
What?
I mean,
man, they was coming to him like they were a pack of lions and he was a wildebeest. Yeah. Injured already.
And that's where Kaepernick actually owned that game.
Yeah,
he was the better quarterback.
Oh my God.
I mean, again, if you take away the score and if you just watch the game not really knowing as far as the last few seconds of the game, clearly the 49ers won.
Now, I'm not going to say this just because I like Lil Russie. Okay. You know what I mean? But this dude is by far one of the best athletes I've seen. Yeah. When he threw that bomb and got cracked in the mouth.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking. First, I'm thinking to myself, a guy his size.
You mean the one, the bald one?
Yes. Yeah. How do you get the ball out?
Right.
And then you get it out to go that far. Yeah. You know what I mean? With all that pressure.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you get it out, and that bad boy fall in there like bread in a basket.
Yeah. Well, he completed 16 of his 25 pass attempts for 215 yards. Man. So he was doing something.
Right.
But the reason I had to bring up El DeBarge is that was kind of one of the things that was trending on Twitter. Really? Because everybody was kind of surprised that, you know, you would call him Little Russie. Right. He had longer hair.
Growing his hair out.
So it was kind of a mixture of, they were comparing him to either the old Michael Jackson, Thriller Mike, or El DeBarge.
Yeah, he does look a little L-ish, doesn't he?
Well, a little L-ish with... It's like if Elder Barge and Tiger Woods were to come together.
Oh, Elder Woods. a little combo. Elder Woods. Elder Woods. That's him. Elder Woods. Ooh. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I knew.
You know I was coming, right? Oh, I got all of that.
I was like, and here we go.
Yes, I have all of that in my arsenal.
All right,
Isn't that wonderful?
Let's talk about the key play that Richard Sherman did. You know, as far as he tipped the ball in the end zone, which basically was intercepted by Malcolm Smith. So that play,
right?
That obviously that did it in for the 49ers,
right?
All right, so take me to what you thought of when you saw that play.
First and foremost, Richard Sherman is a beast.
He is.
He is a ball player.
Yeah.
You have to look at that particular play for what it is. Dude got turned around, was still able to get up high enough to bat the ball. You know what I mean? It wasn't a tip because he got a good portion of his hand on it.
Yeah.
To his awaiting linebacker right there.
Right.
Beautiful. Poetry in motion.
Now,
beautiful.
Now, with that, does it take anything away from Michael Crabtree and his abilities?
Not really, but when you look at the full body of the game, it does. Because, I mean, Crabtree was shut down. I mean, let's just call it what it is.
Yeah.
And then when he did get the ball did hit him in the hands, it's like he was shocked.
But speaking of shut down, where was Vernon Davis?
He was at the concession stand because when I went to get my hot dog, I saw an 85 next to him, and I was thinking to myself, gee, that looks just like Mr. Davis.
And I'm not trying to be funny, but him, Gore, I mean.
Right.
What happened?
You know, and it's crazy. It's like Davis was out of sorts or whatever. When he got a little offside called on him, he was never the same. And it's like, okay, dude, did you not know what the snap count was?
Right.
And can you not recover? It was I don't know, it was like he was on PCP or something.
Did they do the same thing as far as when they were actually in the Super Bowl with the Ravens? Do you feel like, because I felt like it was almost a repeat. They make the 49ers, as good as they are, they make the biggest mental mistakes.
Right. You know what? And you have to question that. I don't think it's coaching at all.
Okay.
Because I think Jim Harbaugh is probably one of the most mentally sound people in the game today.
$8 khakis and all. Just had to throw it out there.
What is wrong with these britches he got on? It's like, dude, are you serious? You're looking like the bus driver from back in the day.
Did you just say britches?
Yes.
Okay.
Because that's what those are. Those are not slacks by a long shot. Those are britches. Okay. He needs some suspenders on with those bad boys.
Okay, Grandpa. But anyway, go ahead.
What you got like 6 pleats on? Anyway, but yeah, man. I mean, it's like you want to say that they're young, but you can't say that.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, hey, you've been here before.
Yeah.
But you're right. When the lights are on, they just can't get it done. Yeah. They cannot get it done.
And that's the piece that will take it from a good team to a great team.
Right. Now, I'm glad you mentioned that. What is it going to take for them? Because now it is the off season for them. They had to go in and clean out the lockers today.
It's not a matter of having to replace people. You have a decent quarterback. You have a decent D-line. I mean, Kaepernick does his thing in the O-line. So it's just that it's this.
Right.
Is this right here? How do we get to the next level? Because what's going to happen season after season after season, it looks like Seattle is always going to be that team that's going to try to stop you. Right. So what can we do to beat them?
You know, it's crazy though. I mean, it's like.
But you know, it's very interesting. Eli went through this. Eli and the Giants. They had that. They were good, but they could just never really get there.
There's a little bit of a difference there.
Okay.
We already know that legally, Eli's borderline retard. We already know that.
See, first of all, let's extract that word from our vocabulary.
Did I set it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna take that word out.
Okay.
We're gonna totally redo that sentence. Okay.
Eli is borderline kookaloo.
Okay.
And we all know that.
Okay.
And he doesn't recover well. So it's like when he got to a point where he was playing great, everybody was shocked. But we were also thinking, okay, how long will this last? When is the real Eli going to come back?
Right.
You know what I mean? And then it came back.
But it was always there. I think it was part of being Peyton's little brother. And then we all saw glimpses. But then when he didn't do it, we were like, oh, okay, well, you know, it's just not going to happen.
We knew this was coming.
But I think Eli has solidified the fact that, hey, I am a good quarterback. I have 2 rings to show it.
Yeah.
So with that piece of it, and I think that's why I said that's that extra piece that Kaepernick is going to have to figure out.
And it's going to be difficult. It's never going to be an easy road. You know, because, I mean, when you look at the NFC West, you know what I mean? It is Seattle and them.
Right.
So at the end of the day, you got to figure out Seattle first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You guys are playing decent football.
Right.
But if you can't get beyond Seattle, you're going to continue to have the same problems.
Right.
And it's like they get in their heads.
So we were talking about Richard Sherman. Obviously,
Richard
this is a man who made if you've been watching TV all day, we're talking all the morning talk shows. He made the NBC Nightly News.
Him and his dreadlocks and bow tie.
And it was this whole big debate on, and see, this is what's interesting to me, how you could take that little soundbite, and don't get me wrong, it was big.
Right.
But I think people are also missing the point. When you go up to somebody at the end of the game and you have all that raw emotion flowing, I mean, he just tipped the ball. You know, my team had made it to the Super Bowl.
Right.
You have all that. You don't know what you're going to say. And I think if you're a sports fan, you can look at other events that happened. The first time Michael Jordan won, he was very emotional, cried. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, you just remember, you just kind of go back to some of these players that we admire. And the first time Tiger Woods won, or you know what I'm saying. So you go back to, or the first time Tiger Woods won, and after his father had passed, again, raw emotion, I remember Brett Favre, that Monday Night Football game. His dad had just passed, and he still went and played. So you know what I mean. So you had that raw emotion. You kind of had the good and bad. I think people kind of pick and choose. So you have that kind of emotion, crying, emotional, whatever, and we all go, "Oh, that's so sweet." But then you have that other emotion where you have that trash talker, who, and Richard Sherman's not the first. I mean, we kind of go back. We had talked about this before the show. You know what? Deion Sanders, Randy Moss,
the greatest of all times.
You have these
Muhammad Ali.
Thank you. You have these
Mama
guys.
named Cassius Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay.
But when they win, it's like, oh, okay. So I think Richard Sherman got caught up in the moment, but I think what's unfortunate is people take that moment and they all of a sudden label him thinking that they know him. And that's the piece that really irks me, because, you know, Twitter, everybody was going nuts. Some people were bringing race into it, and that was really making me mad.
Well, let me say this, because for me, it's not that serious. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, let's start at the beginning of this. A lot of these reporters, for me, it's tough for me to respect them because they've never played the game and not at this level. So they don't understand the whole dynamics of what will go into situations like that. You know what I mean? Deion Sanders, I've never looked at as being arrogant or anything like that. Confident, yes. Overconfident at times, absolutely.
But he can back it up. See, that's the thing too.
And that's the difference there. That's the difference. You need that in this game. If you don't feel like you're the best, if you don't feel like, you know, you're that guy, then you're not going to succeed. Because you have to understand, when training camps and things like this are going on, you got 120 other guys vouching for the same position. Once you get it, yes, I am the man. I did this. You know what I mean? Nobody had to go in and talk to somebody for me. I physically did it. So I don't have a problem with the trash talking when it comes from Sherman. He's confident. He's proven that he's a shutdown corner. I say rock on with your bad self.
And I think you also brought something up too. This is not the first time he's done it. Richard Sherman is known for trash talking. That's what he does.
And he backs it up.
It wasn't like all of a sudden Kaepernick just came out of nowhere and started going, you know what? I beat Russell Wilson. And I mean, this is something that Richard Sherman does. This is what he's known for. Okay, you got the "you mad, bro"? You got all the different sound bites that he does.
Crabtree, he called him mediocre. In this game, that's exactly what he was. Did Sherman have a lot to do with that? Absolutely. You know what I mean? Who knows? If there was another corner guarding him, I mean, would he have gotten off at some point? Perhaps, maybe, we don't know. But at the end of the day, I mean, for me, it was fine. Because, I mean, all he did was put his spin on exactly what happened.
Well, what was interesting is something had came out later that Sherman had actually said that this beef with Crabtree started
some time
ago, to where there was a charity event that Larry Fitzgerald was hosting, and Crabtree, they had some words, and Crabtree tried to fight him. So, you know, this was more than just we're on the field and we're talking mess, whatever. And you never know what it is. I mean, it could just be, we're young, I think I'm better than you, whatever. Okay, fine.
But don't bow up at me, man. Not you know we got to face each other on the field between the chalk lines.
See, and I think it's also it's another thing too. It's also two sides, and I think that's what's so unfortunate. People out there who possibly don't even watch sports or watching the news, they see this loudmouth guy and be like, "Oh, well, he's such a jerk." You're not hearing what Crabtree is saying to him.
Bingo.
For every trash talker, there's somebody else saying something to him. Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, all these guys, they weren't out there just talking, and everybody was just kind of, "Ooh-doo-doo-doo."
Yeah, it was a casual conversation.
That's so sweet that he's just saying something. That other person is also John. It's just that we don't hear that piece. That's why when you see Richard Sherman go up to Crabtree at the end, he said, which I believe, he was going to congratulate him.
Yeah, he did. He said, good game, good game.
And when Crabtree, because he was pushed his head away, it'd be easy to say, oh, Sherman was going on, egging it on. By that point, Sherman was probably like, well, I'm already going to the Super Bowl.
Right.
So I'm good.
Okay, pal, good game.
Yeah.
You know?
So we're done, right?
Peace. You going to the crib, I'm going to New York.
Well, I want to read a statement that Richard Sherman had said later on. He said, it was loud. It was in the moment. It was just a small part of the person I am. I don't want to be a villain because I'm not a villainous person. And this is something that he had wrote. He had actually wrote an article. Right. So when I say I'm the best cornerback in football, it's the caveat. There isn't a great defensive backfield in the NFL that doesn't have a great front seven. Everything begins with pressing up front, and that's what we get from our pass rushers every Sunday. To those who would call me a thug or worse because I show passion on a football field, don't judge a person's character by what they do between the lines. Judge a man by what he does off the field, what he does for his community, and what he does for his family. And that's the piece where, to me, I feel like I've been kind of talking to people about all day. Because, first of all, with what we do, okay?
Right.
Because we're media, sports talk, we do that whole thing.
Right.
It's all subjective.
Right.
So and everybody is saying little things, whatever. Right. But we don't truly know these people.
Exactly.
And unless you actually know this person, it'd be easy. Oh yeah, he's a real thug. But okay, what does that mean?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, that keyboard courage is something else, man. You know what I mean? You get an opportunity to write something and you just go out there and write this foolishness, man. I mean, that to me is, again, it's senseless. But again, you have to consider the source. Like I said, 10 times out of 10, they've never played the game before on any level, so they don't know what it takes.
Well, and I will say with that piece, it's not necessarily, I don't think you necessarily had to have played, but I think you had to kind of respect the game, respect the players, and know what that means in the heat of the moment.
Right.
If I go up to a player after either a really bad loss or a really good win or whatever, I am going to expect him to say whatever. I shouldn't be shocked. Right. So it was even that thing where some people were feeling like, oh, he was yelling at Aaron Andrews and some people were scared for her. I'm like, that's her job. Right. She should have known. She goes up to this man seconds after he done tipped the ball, whatever confrontation with Crabtree.
And that's my exact point. You have to know what this entails.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't be so quick to label this guy because of this one incident.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which I don't think is an incident at all.
Yeah.
Quite honest.
Yeah.
But that's what I know about the game. That's what I know about the heat of battle between the chalk lines.
Right.
That's what I know. And you're right. At the end of it, I mean, some of that adrenaline is still going.
Yeah.
But you have to understand that, hey, this guy might pop off and say something a little bit saucy.
And when you say sports too is all about the soundbite?
Absolutely.
I mean, some of the
without it, you have no excitement. You have nothing to draw people in.
Think of some of our past shows.
Right.
We AI and said you know this. What do we talk about? Practice.
We talking about practice.
We talking about practice?
Yes.
One of the greatest sound bites ever. Okay.
In the rural Craig.
That's what sports is sound bites. Exactly. It gets you to talking. And guess what? It worked because we've been talking about it all
the
day.
Time.
So I don't know.
Yeah. But I mean, and that's the piece of it that I love.
Yeah.
And that's why, RG1 bring back the touchdown dance for your boy. You know what I mean? That's the piece that I'm missing in my life. A little icky shuffle every now and again. I don't see it. I'm not saying it has to go for 10 seconds. Give me 3 at least.
But you just want a little something.
I just want a little something.
Okay.
They don't have to grab no Sharpies out their socks, no cell phones out of their field goal cushion.
I love the Sharpie, the popcorn. I love that whole thing.
I don't even need props. Just give me somebody to give me a little something.
What you're saying is that you're asking the NFL to bring back the fun.
Yes, please.
You want the F back.
Yes, I want the F back.
Okay.
Yes.
I got you.
Yes.
I got you.
I want some fun instead of no fun.
So basically, okay, Super Bowl 48. We got our two teams.
Set.
Denver
In
Broncos.
stone. We can't
Seattle
change it.
Seahawks. No, okay, well, going back.
Oh.
Who did you let's kind of rewind this back a little bit.
Bringing up old stuff now, huh?
Who did you pick to win?
You know what? That's old stuff.
Didn't you pick the Patriots to win?
That's old stuff.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I did pick the Patriots to win.
Oh, okay.
And everybody knew that, but we had gotten beyond that. You know what I mean? We're already talking Super Bowl here, right?
No, because I didn't really dive in just yet.
Oh, okay.
Because I just wanted to kind of go back and remind everybody.
Here we go with that emotional thing.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm gonna get emotional.
I know it.
I'm not gonna get Richard Sherman emotional.
Peyton Lover.
But I'll get.
Come on.
Whatever.
Come on.
I could be a PL.
I tell you.
Okay.
Peyton Lover.
It's a lot of us.
Peyton Lover. Yeah. That's what you are.
Okay. And can we just say for the record, because you've been teasing me about this, and so have a few other people, there is nothing wrong with liking an athlete. There's actually other sports guys out there who also, you could call it, they have man crushes on Peyton Manning, but it's not even really a crush or a love. You have this athlete that you just admire. Right. I mean, he's just great at what he does.
Right.
I mean, quiet as it kept, you're a Tiger lover.
I am, but that's because he's family. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I'm just saying, you're a Tiger lover.
Yeah.
Tiger lover.
Tiger, Panther. I mean, we family. So that's different. That's a little bit different.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But no, I mean, I don't have a problem with you liking Peyton. I mean, if you're gonna like somebody, he's the guy to like.
Well, I mean, and I respect his game, and I've liked him.
Man, you have to respect his gangster from start to finish.
Tennessee,
anybody who comes back,
thank you,
from 4 neck bone surgeries, to do what he's doing.
You know what?
Did he not have surgery on his neck bone? Am I right here?
But do we have to say it like neck bone?
I mean, that's what it was, right?
Saying.
Or do we say, his cervicomandibular number 11, L45?
That's what it is. Okay. It sounds better.
Well, same thing.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. But I mean, that took a lot of work.
It did.
You know what I mean?
It did.
And it took a lot of support from his family as well.
Yeah.
And that to me is just, man, that's right there. Because a lot of times, if I don't know that if his family had not been in this business,
right, that
he would have been able to really get through it. Because you got to understand, he's probably one of the most competitive people in the entire game.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, for him to be down, I can't imagine that. I know he was like, man, am I ever gonna get back?
Well, see, since you're talking about something, I'm kind of bringing it up a little early, but what you just brought up is why I had to give some of the media out there a buster for talking about Peyton the week up to the game.
Okay, well, let's get that then.
Because it was about questioning his legacy, questioning his game, questioning could he do it. This is his 3rd Super Bowl. It was like they were taking all that this man had done, not only this season,
right,
but what he did. First of all, this is a man who was at the Colts, who made the Colts what they are, had several neck surgeries, rehab, sat out a season, then went to another team, entirely different team.
And just ripped it up.
Thank you. So this whole thing up, well, if he loses, there goes his legacy.
But see,
really?
You know what? Then we'll see when Peyton do his headphone commercial, he's going to have John B. playing in his. Don't listen to what people say.
Well, all I know is last night, and for all you out there who watch Key and Peele, they had that show on Comedy Central. For all those who watch the comedians, they do this piece where the one guy plays President Obama,
right,
and then the other guy plays Luther.
He does play President Obama.
Oh, was that your President Obama?
That was my first attempt at that.
Yeah,
so
okay. Don't do that again.
Okay.
So the one character plays President Obama, and then the other character plays Luther, his interpreter, who actually says what President Obama is probably thinking, but he can't say.
Okay.
And I felt like I want to be Peyton Manning's Luther.
Well, let's do it.
You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be the person when he goes up there for his press conference and he says everything he has to say, because that's the kind of guy he is, for me to kind of dip in and say what I had to say.
Let's try that. Can we try that?
Oh, sure.
Okay, can I be Peyton?
Yeah, I would love for you to be Peyton.
Oh man, hold on a second. Let me stretch my neck a little bit.
Yeah, this is for all those. This is a first. We're doing some That's What She Said theater.
Let me get my neck ready. Get my neck ready.
And okay, what's our motivation?
What's our motivation here?
I'm a little scared.
Okay.
So,
well, your question first, Jim. Well, Peyton, what about your legacy moving forward? Is winning the Super Bowl going to define your legacy? Well, we'll see, Jim. I don't think that's going to define my legacy, because when I call Omaha, I'm calling for change, and I normally check out of a play, and it's pretty successful.
Excuse me, Jim. Define my legacy? You punk ass beep. Where have you been? I don't know, all the years while I was with the Colts. Remember that? The Colts, Indianapolis, who wouldn't even be on the map until I actually came. Do you remember that, Jim? Do you remember how I took you to the Super Bowl and always to the playoffs and was always doing my things? Do you remember that, Jim? Do you remember? And do you remember, Jim, when the Titus beep beep went to the Broncos and actually made them worth talking about since Elway? Do you remember that, Jim? How about that? Next question.
Oh, Pete right there, Pete. Yes, Peyton, what do you feel about this being your second Super Bowl and possibly tying your brother? Well, see, let me tell you something here, Pete. For me, it's about my team.
Let me get this, because let me tell you something. I am the oldest. I get tired of everybody talking about little Eli. Yeah, the little boy who up until recently was wetting his pants. I am the older brother, Jim, or whatever your name is. Who's the guy in the back? Yeah, I own 31 Papa John's franchises. I'm the oldest, the better looking, the most articulate, and the funniest on Saturday Night Live. So who gives a beep about Eli? How about that? Okay, next question.
And see.
Now, see, that's what I wanted to unleash.
Right.
I think that is what Peyton needs.
Right. And I think our listeners kind of understood that. Because I mean, man.
Thank you.
What a spirited, emotional performance.
Just a little bit I've been holding in.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit I've been holding inside.
A little bit. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I feel good.
I know it.
Got that out.
You feel loose.
We gotta do that more often.
We do. Hey, we can.
So
we can.
Yeah.
We can.
Next time you'll be Serena and I'll be Luther.
Hey, sounds good. Hey, let's do it.
All right, cool.
I can do some Serena.
All right, so is it too early to do the whole Super Bowl prediction? Like, do you need time? I think pretty much everybody knows who I'm going to pick.
Yeah.
But
No. And I'm going to be your polar opposite. Yes.
Of course you are.
I'm going with Russie.
Okay.
Hey, man, it's MLK Day. Hello. Who else am I going to go with?
Well, because it's MLK Day, it's all about choices.
It is. And I've made a great choice, I think.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
He's going to be the next right after Dougie. Remember Dougie back there and,
yeah,
the
I remember
90s
Doug
or whatever?
Williams.
Yeah, so he's going to be the next.
Okay. Well, good luck with that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, folks. Well, thank you for joining us here. That's What She Said Sports.
Yeah.
I am Nicole Monique, and this is my co-dude BG.
I'm that guy. Yeah.
And it's now time for our Beast and Busters.
Boss up, boss.
Okay, you scared me with that beast. I almost jumped like a cat on the ceiling. Yeah. I just want you to know. It scared me. You put like some extra into it. Okay.
So sorry.
All right, so we have a long line of beasts that we have to.
Yes, because we're beastified today.
First of all,
on MLK Day.
I think we did him justice. Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Okay.
No doubt.
The Broncos defense.
Indeed.
Big ups to them.
Big ups.
No Sean Marino.
Hold on a second. Who was it that the kid on the line? Knighton? Is that his last name? Knighton?
I think so. Yeah.
God, to be more careful.
Yeah.
I do not want to see that man in the daylight. I was like, dude. I mean, he get that stuff moving in one direction. It's like, oh boy.
It's a lot. A lot of shaking. It's a lot of shake and bake going on.
That's a lot to take on.
Yeah.
For one man.
No Sean Marino.
Yes, Sean.
Gotta give it to him.
Yes, Sean.
Richard. Yeah, him too.
Yeah.
Richard Sherman.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant. I know I totally switched gears.
It's okay.
But
That's what we do here. We fast.
He had a huge game the other night, and he has just been a scoring machine. So you got to give it to Kevin Durant.
You know what?
Uh-oh.
He doesn't get enough love.
He doesn't.
You know what I mean? This kid is doing it all by himself.
Well, first of all, he's that guy. Remember those guys who played with Michael Jordan?
Right.
Yeah, you don't, because you only remember Michael Jordan. Kevin Durant is that guy who's playing in an era of LeBron James.
Right.
But he has glimpses where he kind of stands out.
Right.
And this is that time where I think he's in the running to get MVP.
You got to give it to him.
So,
man.
I mean, I know they have 978 more games.
Yep.
But still.
He lit him up for 54.
That's it.
54.
That's it.
54.
50.
50.
And then lastly, you want to give it big beast to Lolo Jones, who made the Olympic team.
Oh.
Yes.
Lolo. Look at there. Snuck her in, didn't you?
You know what?
Lolo, just be successful. Keep your mouth shut. You'll be successful.
All right, so now it's time for our busters.
Boss up, boss.
Michael Crabtree.
Got to give it to Krabby.
And you said basically for him pushing Sherman's
Krabby
hand away.
Patty. Yeah.
Okay.
The man just trying to say good game.
A little salty.
Well, maybe you didn't have a good game, but still. I mean, you're going home and he's going to New York, so.
We got to give it to Bill Belichick.
Got to give it to Belichick.
I don't know what he was trying to do.
He was salty, wasn't he? Like a jilted lover.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah, that other wide receiver.
I'd already done it, and I feel like I did it justice. All those who criticized Manning before the game,
right?
So
you gave it to him.
Hey,
you gave it to him both ways.
Yeah, I felt pretty good about that.
They got that.
So real quick, there were some major upsets at the Australian Open.
Yes,
it's 9,000 degrees there.
Yes.
So Serena Williams out, and Maria Sharapova out.
So that's what, 1 and 2?
That's huge.
Or 1 and 3.
Yeah, and then
1 and
Sloane
3.
Stephens just got beat.
Yeah, she's what, 13, right?
Yeah. So this is huge.
Boy,
but there's still a lot of tennis left.
Yeah,
a lot of tennis left.
I'm not sure how interesting it's going to be.
Well, with the
upsets,
especially since they're hurt. I mean, Serena Williams is having some issues. Maria Sharapova is having issues.
Right. Now, is my boy still in that Federer?
You know what? That's a good question.
Yeah, I think he won.
Okay.
I think he beat up on. He had the Frenchman. Yeah, I believe he beat the Frenchman.
He had the Frenchman.
Jez.
The Frenchman.
Yes, he had the Frenchman.
So as always, this has been fun.
Yes.
We're hoping the wife had fun seeing us live. Hopefully we didn't freak her out.
Did
too
you
much.
have fun, sunshine? Yes, good.
All right, folks. Well, thank you for watching and listening to That's What She Says Sports Talk Her Way. Remember, you can catch us on Podbean, iTunes, our YouTube channel, and always listen out. If you miss the first show, you have multiple shows you can catch us up on the I-95 Sports Entertainment Network.
Yes.
Definitely watch out for them.
I-95.
And also remember, too, there is a lot of other really good shows in I-95, so please partake in those as well.
Yes, go to I-95.
I-95. Be sure to visit our website, twssports.com. You can follow us. You can follow us on Twitter. I'm at TWSS Sports and BG.
Big BG, the number 1.
Like us on Facebook and
love us on Facebook.
Check us out on Google Plus. And remember, we always want to know and hear from you. So talk to us via Twitter, hashtag She Said Sports.
Right.
BG, any last words?
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. We're here for you. What we do is out of love. Love us back. So just put us in the love column of everything. So I guess we don't have anything really interesting coming up this week, and then we can really get some banter going on about how.
No, we can find something.
Well, I mean, there
are other sports out there.
No, I know. I'm just saying something that's going to be really hot, like college basketball, perhaps, or maybe Australian Open. Yeah, we got to get. How does all the top dogs just?
Again, it's 9,000 degrees there.
Yeah, you're right.
I would do what I have to do, so I wouldn't have to play that heat. So
that's crazy.
Yeah,
I thought I saw a rattlesnake around there with a ice cube.
Okay.
Down in Australia.
Yeah,
it's pretty hot down in the outback, you know.
Yeah, you might want to work on that joke. Okay. I'm just saying.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, wow. You normally just take folks' thunder like that?
I'm just saying you're kind of over 2 today.
I'm okay.
You're a little dry.
Okay.
A little dry.
Oh, so you're keeping up now?
I'm sorry.
Oh, so you're keeping score now, are you?
Hey, I was on.
You were onward.
So
yeah, your rant was pretty good. I got to give it to you.
Okay.
I got to give it to you. I don't know if it was that angry woman thing, but it came across pretty nice.
Wow.
It was real smooth. Real smooth.
Real lifelike.
Yeah. I was scared. Yeah. I was really scared here. Right. Sitting here, I was like shivering and stuff.
Right.
As always, folks, as we say in parting, the BG stands for Be Good. Till next time.
Till next time, folks.
Good.